Well, we have late-breaking news that should make Donald Trump's terrible week quite a bit worse. It involves his election interference case, his Supreme Court timeout, and a powerful public figure.
Well, Donald Trump has many bad days ahead of him as criminal defendant Trump. None will be more painful than the days he spends in Winston Chutkan's daughter's courtroom. When his daughter, Tanya, arrived in Washington from Jamaica at age 17 to attend George Washington University, she fell in love with the city and has lived there ever since. She then became a highly compensated member of a large Washington law firm. President Obama appointed Tanya Chutkan to a federal judgeship in 2014. Her appointment was confirmed by the United States Senate 95-0. She told her sister then, "I've never been so excited to receive a pay cut."
Judge Chutkan is a distinguished legal figure with whom Donald Trump has a significant history and for whom he harbors a deep disdain.
Tanya Chutkan knows that Donald Trump thinks her blood is poison and that her children's blood is poison. Donald Trump says that immigrants like Tanya Chutkan are poisoning the blood of America, a phrase Donald Trump has lifted directly from Adolf Hitler.
And as you'll see today, we have two incredible news developments. They've been probably here now 7 months in the making since the Supreme Court rendered one of the most controversial decisions in the history of American jurisprudence.
We have here a landmark decision in American history as it relates to presidential power that will define the limits of that power for generations to come. The divided court now deciding here that the former president does enjoy some immunity. There is a dispute about how much and to what extent, but what we do know is that this case is now going to go back to the lower court for further delineation about what is immune, what is official, and what is not. The Chief Justice here accusing his liberal colleagues of striking a chilling tone that's disproportionate to what the court actually does. So you see a dispute here with the liberals saying that they've gone much further than the conservatives think that they actually have gone here, but they are saying that immunity extends to official discussions between the president and his attorney general, but they're going to put it back in the hands of the lower court, Judge Chutkan, the trial court, to determine what extent Trump's remaining alleged conduct is entitled to immunity. Remember, this is the case where he's been accused of trying to overturn the last election.
And while that historic decision bought a little daylight for Donald Trump, that window, it began closing today, based on this blockbuster news report. Earlier today, ABC News reported the judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's federal election interference case has set a hearing for August 16th at 10 a.m. Trump is not required to attend. This will be the first time in 7 months the parties will appear in Judge Tanya Chutkan's courtroom. Chutkan also denied Trump's motion to dismiss the case on statutory grounds. She says they may refile the motion once issues of presidential immunity are resolved. The case has been stayed as Trump's legal team appealed to presidential immunity all the way to the Supreme Court. In a 6-3 ruling last month, authored by Chief Justice John Roberts, the court found that presidents have absolute immunity for acts within their core constitutional powers and a presumption of immunity for acts within their outer perimeter of official responsibility. Judge Chutkan will be responsible for applying the Supreme Court's decision to the allegations in Trump's criminal case, including whether Trump's actions were official acts or private conduct that can be prosecuted. Trump last year pled not guilty to charges of undertaking a criminal scheme to overturn the results of the 2020 election by enlisting a slate of so-called fake electors using the Justice Department to conduct sham election crime investigations, trying to enlist the vice president to alter the election results, and promoting false claims of a stolen election as the January 6th riot raged, all in an effort to subvert democracy and remain in power. The former president has denied all wrongdoing. Trump originally faced a March 4th trial date before his appeal effectively paused the proceedings. However, it's unlikely that the trial will start before the 2024 presidential election in November. Well, as we've been told, and I think we ought to believe him, always take him at his word. Why not? Trump loves Christians. In fact, he is a Christian, so he'll know this reference better than anyone. You reap what you sow. And maybe, just maybe, the seeds of racial discord and misogyny that he's been gleefully sowing for years are growing into gnarly vines of karma. And maybe those vines of karma will finally wrap their way around him the way he wraps himself around the symbols of decency that he treats just like props.